Rise and shine, mothers and brothers, and cheese wedges and chin straps and handlebars all over the world. Rise and shine. A mellow ride to work today. Hope everything is going well. Two things I want to talk to you about. First thing is the army of average. When the army of average wakes up, they're unstoppable. Keep that in mind. You don't have to have a history of excelling at everything you do. That's very intimidating when you hear people say, oh, I was good in sports, I was good in this, and it just transferred over. That's a very small percentage of the population. The majority of the population is average and below average. But when they wake up, they are unstoppable because they've pondered things. And now, the biggest task of an average person is the task of action, of actually doing something, because you have to do something in order to fail. If it's still on the chalkboard, if it's still in your head, it can't be tweaked. If it's acted on, you can tweak that action. You can do more, you can do less, you can do different. But if you're just thinking about it, if it never leaves your brain cells, if it never leaves the pad of paper, if it never leaves the chalkboard, you can't do anything with it. So I would advise you to do something. Move in the direction of what your goal is if you are an average person. And this is coming from Mr. Average. I was average in everything. I'm a proud C student. I was never outstanding at anything until I was a full-fledged adult. So I was raised with my neurons believing and acting as if I was average. And I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I don't regret anything. And it's very, very liberating to live a life that you don't have to regret anything. Number two for today is it's not the big that eat the small. It's the fast that eat the slow. Jumping on things in a more than timely manner is usually the key to winning. In a fight, many times the person who throws the first punch and lands a good punch has an edge, because it's kind of like a shock and awe thing. It's something that surprises the opponent and just messes them up. And while their circuitry is still going crazy, you have a chance to do your attack in another fashion. You have, that tenth of a second more time than they have. While they're still recovering from the first blow, you're planning and executing your second and third and fourth. And it's got to be right out of the gate. I remember, like in football, when you're pushing those sleds around, anyone who ever played football, when you're pushing the sleds, and what that does, it develops quickness. Think about it. If you're pushing something really hard and it's moving really slow, when there's nothing in front of you, you have more of an opportunity. You've trained yourself to be explosive from a starting line, explosive from the whistle, explosive from the word go, explosive from the word action. So keep that in mind. You have to be fast. If there's an opportunity, jump on it. Procrastination is your biggest enemy. It's not alcohol, it's not low self-esteem, it's procrastination. It's not your place in life, it's not the hut you live in, the tree house, the mansion, wherever you are. It's procrastination. It's putting things off. And now the reason why you procrastinate, put things off, that's a whole different issue. Because I'm going to hear a wide variety of responses. Things like I'm too smart, too dumb, too fat, too skinny, too black, too white. I don't speak English enough. I don't speak French enough. The list of excuses is exhaustive. It goes on forever. But the list of solutions is short and sweet and right in front of you. And at the top of that list is acting now, being fast at what you're doing. You got that? The army of average, when they wake up, they're unstoppable. And it's not the big that eat the small, it's the fast that eat the slow. It's like a bunch of people sitting around a boardroom table in a film production office, and they were trying to brainstorm ideas, and someone said, let's put a bunch of sharks in a tornado and make it a sharknado. And in that meeting, I guarantee you, they were trained, in that production office, they were trained to take seriously all ideas. When everyone else would say, get out, that will never work. Are you kidding me? That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Guess what was one of the largest grossing films with the most amazing distribution on the web, on sci-fi, all over the place, even in theaters. So the Asylum film production company has now, what, 4 Sharknado films and several others. They're pumping out, look them up, look up the Asylum. The company is called the Asylum. If you look at what they're producing, they're banging out movies using B and C actors that are slightly cheesy but good and enjoyable. They're fun movies. Heavy on the CGI, but they're fun to watch. I don't think they're going to win any Oscars for these performances, and the movie's not going to win a Best Picture. But if there was a category called the Most Fun Picture, or how about a Viewer's Choice Award, something that people themselves in their living rooms vote on, it might win an award that way. They're certainly not high rated, but they're fun and they're likable because the Asylum doesn't take itself so seriously. The stuff they produce, they've trained their brains to think this: anything is possible. And that's what I want you to do. That's how I think every day. Was it Mark Twain, or maybe it was Alice in Wonderland, where I heard this, where someone said, I've often thought of 6 impossible things before breakfast. There is something to that. There's something to having your mind go somewhere that is not just taboo, but going somewhere where there's where you might think people will make fun of you. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let your brain go to those places and wander. And you'll have fun. You'll have fun. Hope you have a great day today. Rising and shining. Some people, it's interesting. Some people like the phrase rise and grind. Especially in the hair industry, I hear that a lot. Rise and grind. I am not. Grinding is too much work for me. I like shining better than grinding. Grinding sounds hard. I want my life to be easier, not harder. Taking the highway to work today. So rise and shine. Like the shiny diamond that you are. Even if you are, some of you are diamonds in the rough. There's something beautiful and shiny and productive and incredible underneath. And just think about it. All that pressure, and that shininess, that brilliance just needs to be revealed. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of good things that are going to be happening in your life. And it all starts with your attitude and action. You can't think your way to success. You have to act your way to success. But as you're moving, you might not even believe in yourself. Think about this. You might not even believe in yourself as you're moving. But the key is you're moving. So what step are you going to take today towards Mount Olympus? And I've taken your advice, and Believe me, I spend an hour a day answering emails. I probably should do it publicly as opposed to privately, because I want to build my following and my YouTube subscribership, and I want to interact with you. So believe me, I take all that to heart, and I am very grateful for your feedback. All the feedback that I get from every single one of you is important, because when you and I meet in person, if and when we do, and many of you do sit in my chair, and we might end up connecting not just on a hair level, but on other levels, maybe in business and so forth. But this is going to be interesting, is that when we meet, and this happens all the time, people say to me, I feel like I know you. I like that. That is correct. Because the kind of things that I talk to you about are the same kind of things that you and I would talk about if we sat down for a cup of coffee or a beer or whatever. So make it a great day. You have the power to do that. I believe in you. And I might be the only one in your life that is saying that to you right now. I say that to my children. I text it to my kids. I love you and I believe in you. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I love you. I appreciate you, and I believe in you. You can do it. I know you can. Have a great day.